The back and forth in this one, I mean, Zadorov goes on the left side, almost from the goal line snipes that one. Incredibly similar to the one he scored in Game 5 against Nashville. That felt like a soul crusher if you're an Oiler fan, that one. Especially after the momentum that was built from Garland's soul crushing goal in Game 1. At that point for Edmonton, it was like, oh boy, what's this series turning into here? But then, as if it could be anybody else, a playoff breakaway, those quick hands that we've seen so many times over the years, and he finishes it. We're tied again. Both of these teams' third goals were so pretty. As a fan who's watching this series neutrally, I just sat back and appreciated that. It was awesome. And look, I don't like to bring up the refs too many times on this channel just because it gets brought up so much. You'd be hard pressed to find a game that doesn't get blamed on the officiating by fans. But in this one tonight, I totally understand why both fan bases were not happy with the refereeing. Kevin Bieksa, of all people, brought up that too many men that should have been called against the Canucks on the Zadorov goal. And then the one I'm seeing people relate to the infamous Gretzky, Gilmore, Carey Fraser missed high stick. McDavid high stick on Quinn Hughes. It should have been 4 minutes, but instead gets nothing. There was also some other stuff on both sides, so I get why both fan bases aren't happy about it. Canucks fans more so though, because we get to overtime and Bouchard swings wide. He mentioned in his postgame interview that he was trying to get it to Hyman here, but I'm sure he was thinking, hey, even if I don't get it to him, I got a good chance of it going off somebody and in. And that's exactly what happened. Poor Ian Cole. If he was an Oiler, this would have been a beautiful tap-in. Now it's 1-1 with the series heading back to Edmonton, and man does it suck for the game to end that way if you're a Canucks fan. If you're an Oiler fan, you've got a 10-pound monkey off your back. You're so relieved right now. 1-1 split, instead of being down 2 games, like they're doing cartwheels in the moss pit right now. But on the Canucks side of things, speaking of getting monkeys off your back, Elias Pettersson got a gorilla off his back in this one. You had 3 different leads in a game that you lost 4-3 off the stick of your own player. And it's the second time in these playoffs that I thought Nikita Zadorov scored the game-winning goal from that spot on the ice, only for it to be ripped away minutes later. The good news for them is Edmonton just collapsed and lost the game before, arguably in a more heartbreaking way than you just did, so it's like they're even now in losing in heartbreaking ways in this series, and they're also even where it matters most, 1-1 heading back to Edmonton. With the chirping and the spearing and the little pot shots we've seen in this series, I'm expecting the boiling point to be coming soon. Maybe not what we saw in Game 2 Florida versus Boston, but still, it's going to be quite the sight. We're going to see some northern lights on the ice. As usual, let me know your thoughts on this one. A, if the Canucks move on, what a signature moment for Nikita Zadorov as he continues to be a key piece for this team on their playoff run. And if it's Edmonton, those are the types of goals you need your superstar captain, leader, face of the franchise to come out and get for you when you need it most. I know everybody's going to be talking about the Bouchard goal in overtime, but that McDavid goal is a huge moment that you needed him to deliver on, and he stepped up. Please like and subscribe for more coverage of this series. I'll see you in the next one. You're awesome.